What's up, fam? I know I said I'd do this live, but I've had nothing but bullshit with my internet and stuff all day, so it's just easier to pre-record it on the phone. And yeah, anyway, for those of you who don't know, I've been selected by Smok to review the new mag grip kit. I've got to say, I'm fucking glad I didn't get a pink one because I didn't get to choose. Anyway, first impressions. Excuse my hands, I've just been outside tending to the bonfire. First impressions, basically design wise, once again, Smok love to sell shit, and they do so by making a very appealing sort of cover. I find if I was an impulse buyer, I'd probably buy that because quite frankly I think it looks cool and I like guns. So yeah, anyway, let's rip into this fine bloody box here. It says that the kit includes 2 new hyper engines. It's a 0.15 single mesh coil, 40 to 80, best at 60 to 70, and a 0.15 quadruple coil, 30 to 70, best 45 to 60. You've got your old fucking scratch and sniff on the side there to make sure it's all legit, and breakdown of what's in the kit. So let's have a look. We've got, the kit includes 1 mag grip mod, 1 TFV8 baby V2 tank, 1 baby V2 S1 0.15 ohm single mesh coil, which is pre-installed, and 1 baby V2 S2 0.15 ohm quadruple coil. It has a 18650 battery adapter, 1 glass tube replacement, standard USB cable, user manual, spare parts. Yeah, bloody big box. I like to keep the boxes of everything I have. I've got boxes full of boxes. You know, I've got a fair bit of stuff, but yeah, we'll see if the size of the box says what's in it, basically. Right, let's rip into it. Okay, standard Smok logo on the lid. Cool. This actually looks pretty nice. Fuck, who cares about that shit. Right, here she is, laid out in the box. For those of you that cannot see, well, I gotta say, I actually really like the colour. I like the design of it. Pull the old protective tab off the screen there. Got the screen on the top. Fits the hand nice. That button on the side, I've just realised, releases the battery magazine. That's one thing I know was a bit of a flaw with the original mags, and yeah, I don't know how easy it would be. I'm surprised they haven't actually come up with a system to sort of lock these. It'll be as simple as just like half a turn or something, so that it can't be accidentally pressed, because I could see once it's got a battery in it, that's just going to fall out if you do knock it. Other than that, it sits in the hand very nicely. The battery thing, pretty standard. Comes with a 18650 adapter tube. Sorry, I'm looking up there because I've got it streaming over to my TV, so I can make sure that you guys are getting a decent look at things. Yeah, I'm pretty rapt that it has the versatility of other batteries. As far as I understand, if you run the 18650, you don't quite get the full 100 watts out of the beast. So yeah, I myself am going to put a 2700 in it. It will run 21700s as well, and like I said, the 18650 with the adapter. Okay. Put battery in. get a firmware version, Smok logo, and it looks like she's ready to go. Before I fire her up, I'll go on to the contents in the box. Right, pretty standard as usual. Get the old instruction booklet with all the jibber jabber, pictures. Quick flick, I had a flick through earlier myself. It's reasonably straightforward, well written. Once again, goes through the contents of the pack, specifications. This has a power range of 1 to 85 watts with the 18650 and 1 to 100 with the 21700 or 2700 battery. Output voltage 0.5 volts to 9 volts. Resistance range 0.1 ohm to 2.5 ohm variable wattage. 0.05 ohm to 2 ohm in temperature control. Temperature range 200 Fahrenheit to 600 Fahrenheit or 100 Celsius to 315 Celsius. The baby V2 tank is stainless steel. Well, that's always good to know. So that could be run in temperature. No, I assume it's just the build material of the tank. What else have we got? Just standard warranty. Just pictures guiding you around the particular parts of the mod and atomizer. Standard instructions. Operation. Bit of a guide to the various symbols and what they do that come up on the screen. Sort of your temperature control, your variable wattage mode. Once again, how to fill these things up. I'm pretty sure most of us know this. I actually like to pre-prime my coils first hand. I notice this just says fill her up and leave it. Instructions how to use the air control. A few warnings. Nothing we really need to worry about. And then a list of the key function table, how many clicks do what thing does what, etc, etc. What else have we got here? The standard battery thing, you know, it's good that they always do that. It's cool to see. Warranty card with a QR code as well. What else have we got in here? Lollies for the kids. No, silica gel, that keeps it dry. New set of rubber O-rings. To be honest, I've never actually replaced the rings in any of my coils or in any of my atomizers, and I've had no leaky problems. Yeah, good old charging cable or updating cable. We all know that we should charge via a charger, unless in times of absolute dire need, but this will be useful for doing the update. What else we got here? Right, the V2 baby. First impression, looks nice. I'm not a big fan of bubble tanks. I tend to drop shit a lot, and yeah, they tend to be the first to go. But I do notice that it contains a standard tank. Looks about the same size, and yeah, I'd probably roll with that one myself. And also comes with the quadruple coil. I don't know if you can see it very well. That is not mesh. One thing I've got to say, Smok, is like I actually really like these things sealed up. It's just, you know, it's a hygiene thing. You also know that, you know, it hasn't been touched at all. You know, yeah. Personally, myself, I would prefer to see these come in a sealed package like they tend to do with a lot of other things. Looking at this coil offhand, I notice that they do have a big gaping hole there, and then the cotton's against the outside there. I assume that helps with the flow. One thing I've noticed myself, I have a Freemax coil, and they too have big access ports there, and I can actually run my higher VG juices quite comfortably through them. I will be fitting this coil after I've trialled this bugger. I'm not a big fan of single, but who knows, I could be surprised yet. Other than that, get that shit out of the way. Okay, right, so we have the, now this is different. As you can see here, the top of the tank sticks out, so now we have to all go and buy different types of drip tips by the look of it. The rubber O-rings are on the top of the addy itself. Yeah, I don't know. As with the coils, you know, I mean, every bloody time Smok brings something out, they seem to change something. I was speaking to a guy earlier today, and he said this is basically about the 10th different type of coil that they have. It seems basically every damn atomizer that they come out with tends to have a different coil, which, you know, in a way, I guess for vendors or whatever, that's probably a pain in the ass, because they just have to stock so many different damn things for like one thing, you know. Other than that, what have we got? So yeah, the drip tip comes off. I'm not sure what the deal will be with these in the future. I assume that someone will make them and will get them in. It just seems pretty unnecessary to have gone and done that, and I cannot get that out of the top, so just having a quick flick through the old booklet here, because I didn't see anything about that. No, not at all. Okay, right, so the refill port is pretty standard. It actually has a little lock just here. Push that in and swivel it round as usual. So that's pretty cool, because I sort of hate it how things come open all the time or whatever. Get a bit messy. It feels like a nice tight join, and the lock feels pretty secure. It doesn't feel like it's going to pop open in my pocket. Yeah. Big airflow. Let's see here. Nice airflow size there. We have 3 airflow channels on the bottom. We've got, and it looks like the 510 pin protrudes through very well, the positive pin, so that's always a bonus. It allows you to sort of use it on a few other bits and pieces. Cracking her open, let's see what happens. Got the single mesh coil there. Yeah, I've only just started using mesh coils myself. I don't know if Smok had made mesh coils before. I sort of my first mesh trial has been on something completely different. I just noticed the 510 positive connector seems to be somewhat adjustable. There's some, I guess it pushes out the more you screw your coil back in. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and juice this up. This here is the 0.15 mesh coil, and they look and they feel good. The mesh one I see doesn't tend to have like juice ports as the other one. Like when I say juice ports, meaning the sort of the big open hole sort of ordeal. But other than that, yeah, I sort of like it. I just don't like the idea that Smok have once again changed things, so everybody has to, you know, adaptability, versatility, and backward compatibility. I find are real positives, you know, in the game. Like I myself, you know, if you're not happy with one product, sometimes it's nice just to be able to use the same thing but with a different coil. But you know, that's personal opinion. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to do away. Actually, no, I'll leave the bubble tank on for now. Yeah, so I'm just going to juice this up and let it sit here for a minute or two and fill the tank and let it soak up, and I'll be back to you pretty damn quick. Thanks to the marvels of cut and paste. Right, catch you soon. I just thought I should probably actually just show you how I prime my coils. I mean, you can never have too much information. Personally, I'm a bit of an impatient prick myself, so filling it up and letting it sit for 10-15 minutes just doesn't work for me. So I just like to go through, and where your juice ports are, I'll put a little bit of juice in there and just let it soak it up. Today I'm having a bit of For Fuck's Hake by Get Hooked. Flavour seems to be nice. This is a vanilla almond milk. For those of you who don't know what a hake is, it's a type of fish. I've mentioned it to a few people. To be totally honest, I worked as a commercial fisherman for a few years and I've never actually caught a hake, but wasn't really targeting the damn things either, so yeah, so I just go around, make sure I give it a good soak. This doesn't work for everybody, it tends to work for me, and yeah, I'll just have a quick look inside. Quite often I'll just drip a bit inside as well. You know, it's amazing how much the old cotton actually absorbs. You don't want it pouring out the bottom, obviously, but it just helps pre-soak it. And yeah, and then I'll put that back in. So I myself, I do this quite often. I do it with all my coils, sort of just that's how I prime them up rather than setting them. I'm too impatient. Yeah, these screw in really nice, I've got to say. It tends to be a nice fitting system. The threads are good. I'm more than happy with the easeability. Yeah, and that'll soak in a bit. It's doing it now. The one thing I must say is if you do it this way, you don't want to use too much, because if you do use too much, obviously your cotton will not soak it all up, and you'll just flood your chamber straight away, and nobody wants that. That's what we call user error, I guess. So yeah, go with that. Top screws back on, locates nicely. I always find it easier to have the glass attached to the top part of the thingamajig, tank, atomizer, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'll just do it up nice and firm. hit the old unlock here. Where am I? And fill away. Obviously through the fill hole, not the center. And what have we got? Make sure you keep the airflow closed while doing this. I don't know, it sort of helps keep it in the glass. I know some of my atomizers, if you don't have it closed, basically it'll just run straight through, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Right, nice and full there. Close her up. I think it's probably important when you do close these to push the locking mechanism in. I'm not sure if you can see it there. The lock just sort of protrudes. There we go. From there, and whoop, when you push it, that little piece just sticks in and out. Damn, my fingernails look horrid. Life in the country, guys. Bonfires to attend to, so yeah. Anyway, this is just so strange. I don't know why Smok would have gone and done that, you know. It's a bit of an oddball bloody thing. Cool. And we'll screw it onto here. And we have one complete mag grip kit, and I've got to say, it looks good. I really think it does. Yeah, I'm happy with it. So yeah. Anyway, I'll just give that a minute or two to sit. Like I say, I don't need to wait the full 10 minutes now, or whatever they tell you to wait, because I have pre-primed my coil. And yeah, I'll fire this up in a minute, and we'll see what happens with the old display. Cheers. Righto fam, part 3 of my thing here. Okay, so here we have it, fully assembled. Couple of things I forgot to mention earlier. The feel of this thing is great. It feels very solid. And yeah, you've got your USB port down the side there. Once again, I'm not too impressed with the whole battery eject thing. And after having a bit of a look, I sort of noticed it really, I don't know if you can sort of see it there. That silver shiny bit at the top there, that's like the little latch. There we go, there's a slightly better view. It's not much. I mean, I could see it wearing down after a while. Yeah. Anywho, right, so you chuck a battery in, and it lights up like so, gives you a firmware version, and switches itself off. Standard 5 clicks, turns the bugger on. When it comes on, it's going to ask you for the type of battery you're running, obviously, because it only gives you a set wattage. I have noticed it only gives you the option of the 18650 or 21700, although I'm running a 2700, so long press and we're into it. With this 3 clicks takes you into a menu. You've got your mode for selecting between wattage and temperature. You can use the up and down buttons, or you can just click the fire button to switch through. You've got puff with your reset and whatnot. You can set max puffs, and then you've got setting mode and your power on or off. Let's have a look in settings. long press on the trigger. Got a stealth mode, so that obviously saves a bit of battery power. Contrast, actually I might just fucking turn that right down because that always saves a bit of battery power as well. And there we go, squeeze that and it goes back out of the menu. Right, settings, power, where are we? Settings, long press, so contrast, adjust ohms, download for the firmware, and back to stealth. You can adjust your ohms obviously. In mode we have wattage mode, titanium, nickel, stainless, and back to watt. You can select the wattage for your temperature control mode, up and down once again, and then you set your coefficient, and there we go, back into TC mode. You can also access the TC mode by holding the up and fire together. If I can do this, sorry peeps. I'll try the other hand, eh? And there we go. So down and the fire button, and we can go steel mode, NI200, TI, or wattage. I'll go back into wattage, and we'll give this thing a crank, eh, and see what happens. As you saw earlier, I primed my coils. Now I don't like to fly straight into the high wattage on the coil, so I give them a bit of an amp up slowly. But I've got to tell a lie. I couldn't tell a lie. I've had a few puffs on it now, so we're getting up there. And let's see what this baby can produce. This is the single mesh coil, 0.15 ohm, and good for up to 80 watts. And let's see. Gotta say, flavor's good, cloud production's good. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm getting the best of both worlds. Final thing, I mean, personally myself, I would buy it, but I'm a sucker for anything that looks cool. I guess at the end of the day, it's up to you. I know, and no offense, Smok, because I know you're going to see this. You've had a bit of a bad rap in this country with coils and whatnot, but I can honestly say I have never ever had a problem. I've even bought the cheap trashy versions from various online vendors, and I've never had a problem. So at the end of the day, out of 10, I'd give this about a 7. There's my fair, honest opinion. So yeah, I'm a happy man, and I'm sure whoever does go out and purchase this will not be disappointed. Other than that, guys, I was going to say, keep it cloudy, and yeah, this is the end of my first ever review. If you have any questions or whatever, get at me through the PM or through the page, and I'm more than happy to answer them. Cheers, guys.